in 5 years. That's that same tat. Yeah, my boy in that bitch putting her to work. Ain't no way.
I was supposed to be back in a month. She stayed with me for 3 months. I had 3 surgeries. Each month I had a surgery. And then I had a bone infection, so I got a PICC line in my arm, which y'all don't know about. That junk is about this long.
60 for the trap, 260 for that cap, 260 for that jack, yeah.
Like, he never tried to be like, oh, just because I drink, you can't drink, or you can't hang out with your friends.
The loudest whisper around Travis Hunter and Leanna Lenee isn't about trophies or contracts. It's the theory that behind closed doors, the spark doesn't match the spotlight. Comment sections call it a bedroom mismatch, pointing to micro moments they say add up.
No wonder Travis Hunter's wife refused his hug at the wedding. Leanna's 3 actions after Travis's draft expose her true colors. Recently, a video from Hunter and Leanna's wedding scene quickly sparked heated discussions as soon as it was released. Surprisingly, fans generally hold a pessimistic view of this marriage and even worry about Hunter's future. In fact, some of Leanna's previous actions make it hard not to question whether her feelings for Hunter are genuine.
A reception clip where she seems to angle away from a kiss, the resurfaced, wasn't my type soundbite, and a Heisman-night beat that looked off in isolation. None of that proves anything, but online, a pattern gets drawn fast, and once the narrative catches, it sticks until someone peels it back. And that's where the montage of clips begins to do the heavy lifting. If you're here for receipts without the rage bait, like this now and subscribe. It nudges the algorithm to push breakdowns, not blow-ups. All right, back in.
How do you maintain such a healthy relationship?
Don't let social media be in your relationship.
Okay.
Never post when y'all have problems.
Okay.
And be honest, always.
Okay.
Always be honest.
I feel it. You got the ring on right now?
No, I don't.
You don't?
People latch onto the wedding reception first. In a viral snippet, as the room cheers, Travis leans in and Leanna shifts. Some viewers say she's protecting makeup, avoiding cameras, or just managing nerves. Others swear the body language shouts distance.
Hunter was with the right woman. Now, I believe her name was Leanna. We haven't heard from her in a long time, and that is for good reason. One of the things that I said very early on was that if they wanted to maintain and keep their relationship together, then she was gonna have to shut the hell up. She went on this long rant, which I believe is deleted from her Instagram right now and from TikTok. But she went on this long rant basically defending their relationship and defending.
That 20-second loop became Exhibit A for the no chemistry crowd, amplified by reposts and captions that do the storytelling for you.
So last year, when all of the ruckus and the things that was happening in social media of everybody commenting on the previous videos, and for those of you that has been living under a rock, his fiance had been making and having a whole lot of conversations online about everything that had been going on in their relationship, and they had been doing challenges together and TikToks and all of that stuff. And Travis Hunter, in a lot of people's eyes, was simping out for, and he was basically being warned.
Still, one clip doesn't tell a whole story, unless the next clip seems to rhyme with it. Then there's the old soundbite where Leanna says he wasn't my type.
Don't get suckered into this bro, because something ain't right. I didn't like that video. He wasn't my type. Remember, you wasn't my type. But when you're successful, you everybody's type. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, they find out your potential. Now you everybody's type. Be careful with that, bro.
In long form, she later explains she meant age and situation, not looks, and that she didn't engage while he was attached. Context cools the heat, but viral culture prefers the short version.
You think this woman really love you like that, bro? You gotta watch the signs, man. That woman said you weren't even her type. If a woman tell me she not my type but end up with me, then what's keeping you here? What's keeping you here then? If I'm not your type, that means you going off looks. So what's keeping you here? You gotta ask, but you young though. But you gotta ask yourself some questions. We not coming down on you, brother. We trying to wake you up. You know what I'm saying? Before they end up
The short and pull quote pairs too neatly with that reception clip. So the two get stitched until they read like cause and effect. That's how a relationship becomes a meme. Fragments become the frame. Except the frame changes again once you rewind to the night that supercharged everything.
Cut that goofy shit the hell out, yo. Cut that goofy shit the hell out.
Heisman-night is where momentum really picked up. A delayed stand, a shoulder tap, a freeze frame that turned into a verdict. In full context, she later says she shifted to keep the spotlight on Travis and his family. He defended her publicly. But the internet had already crowned the clip with a meaning, and that meaning kept paying dividends every time it was reposted.
For y'all information, I'm still not on social media, so whatever y'all say,
it don't matter. It don't matter.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
Never know. They're off. You cannot get in touch with Travis unless you text his phone.
From there, even silence started to sound like a statement. When the backlash swelled, Travis stepped back and deactivated his Instagram. For some, that read like self-preservation. For others, it was proof something serious was wrong. A social media vacuum invites anyone to fill it, and they did. Threads, stitches, and reposts turning absence into evidence.
He has the best people around.
No, he doesn't. Not if they let that happen. They shouldn't have let that slip through the cracks.
Check this out. So Travis is on an interview and he goes, so when she was in her party era, I would wait in the car and just let her party and wait till she comes outside.
No, that's bad.
That's the perfect storm for speculation about intimacy. No new footage, so tiny gestures get asked to do all the talking. But before the timeline turned into a courtroom, here's the part almost no one replays, their origin story.
We had enough money for the deposit, but not enough money for the furniture. When we first moved to Colorado, we had no furniture, no anything. We moved here in January, so it was really, really cold. It was snowing. Nothing in our house worked either, so we were freezing. It was like 40 degrees in the house. We were sleeping on a blow-up mattress, one singular blanket.
They didn't start with fireworks. It started in the DMs, simple, awkward, easy to ignore. She was in college. He was younger, still on the come up. She let the message sit. Weeks passed. No drama, no plot twist, just a blue request and real life in the way. Eventually she answered, but with guardrails, friends first.
I think he got married on this and ain't told me about it.
Not yet. I like it.
I'm gonna do your prenup though. It's gonna be about this thick.
No rush, no labels. That's not the internet's favorite version of how we met, but it's the honest one. The rhythm was slow. Check hints, jokes, inside references that only land if you're actually listening. That's how trust sneaks in, not with a bang, but with consistency. Their lifestyles never lined up perfectly.
Run, bitch! Run! Travis Hunter and his girlfriend argue in front of their fans. Apparently, she got upset about waiting too long. What do you think? Toxic relationship?
He doesn't drink, straight edge by choice. She's social, clubs, birthdays, late nights that run into breakfast. Instead of trying to flip her habits, he drove. Literally. Drop-offs, pickups, parking lot playlists while he waited outside for hours.
The first thing that ever stood out to me about Travis was that he never tried to change me at all. So like I said, I met him in college. He was in high school, and I obviously I was in the middle of outgrowing partying, but I still partied a lot. And I don't know if y'all know this, but he doesn't drink at all. Even though he's legal to drink, he doesn't drink. And I'm Hispanic, so I have tequila in my veins. So I drink. I don't drink a lot, but I drink. And I used to party and stuff. And he would literally drive me, sit outside for hours while I'm inside partying, and then take us home.
Again, I still hope that all goes well for Travis Hunter. I really do. I still hope that he has counsel around him that will show him and steer him.
No ultimatums, no lectures. Just text me when you're done. Then came the hard part, the kind of stretch that usually gets left out of highlight reels.
Cause she not gonna get on here and talk. She just hurt. You know, she upstairs. She been crying all day. You know, cause people trying to attack her character. Like they don't know her. They ain't never talked to her before. So I'm gonna protect my girl. And you know, I always post those pictures when everybody get to talking. Hey, cause I be trolling. I love to troll people that be trying to troll me.
He went through a string of surgeries. Not one, a run of them. Complications. Days that turned into long weeks. She pressed pause on the outside world and stayed. 3 months under the same roof, learning hospital schedules, making bland food taste like something, swapping out bandage packs without flinching. There was a line in his arm and a clock on the wall, and she didn't bounce.
According to insiders, Hunter initially proposed signing a prenuptial agreement, but for some reason, he later gave up. Now it seems that perhaps it is because the two have a child, which means that if they divorce...
That's not glamorous. It is telling. That's the foundation people forget when they slow-mo a reception clip. The same two who can disagree about nights out are also the two who figured out rides, recovery, and rent due on Monday. It's not rom-com tidy, but it's real. And that's why any quick cut theory about no spark has to wrestle with a longer cut.
It looks as though, and you can actually see this right here.
Loyalty, patience, and a whole lot of unposted Tuesdays. Now you understand why the smallest gesture gets overread, and why the next topic hit so hard when it hit. With that context, the money talk landed like gasoline. Suddenly the rumor mill wasn't just about feelings, it was doing math.
Because they don't like his fiance. That's so ignorant. Y'all done pissed him off here.
Headlines about a celebrity divorce lawyer offering free prenups to an entire draft class gave the rumor mill a new angle. If there's no spark, the stakes might be financial too. The offer wasn't aimed at Travis in particular, but it landed right as wedding clips churned. So timelines blended, and suddenly comment sections were doing math about settlements instead of talking about football.
Travis Hunter is cooked. NFL training camp hasn't even started yet, and she's already building her case to get that bag and get out of there.
That's how speculation becomes a spreadsheet. Meanwhile, completely false claims found their own runway. Posts claiming she'd already filed papers and was chasing a giant payout raced around the feeds.
They got married in Tennessee, where there's no time limit for a spouse to become eligible for alimony.
A straightforward reality check undercut those stories. No filings, no legitimate reporting, and normal couple content in the same window. But corrections don't go as viral as it's over, and each debunk only slows, never stops the next iteration. And when that cycle pauses, the timeline finds a different hook to keep the theory alive. Pregnancy chatter rode the same wave. One day it's slow-mo circles on a dress fold. The next it's a full-blown is she expecting narrative. Pushback came, but once a crowd has a story it likes, every new clip is drafted into service. That's content economics. Ambiguity equals engagement, and engagement keeps the rumor alive. Which brings us to the real question. What does any of this actually prove? About what happens when the door shuts? Nothing. But here's what it does reveal. Micro gestures carry macro weight when you're famous. A pivot at a reception becomes a referendum. A long-form clarification loses to a 5-second soundbite. Pull back from social and people will write a script for you. Usually the messiest one possible. Tie that to an NFL rookie deal. And suddenly everyone's a contract expert, projecting prenups and payouts like they were in the room when the couple decided how to build their life. Zoom out, and a pattern comes into focus. The internet loves clean stories. Hero, villain, smoking gun. Easy to binge. Bedroom mismatch checks every box because it explains everything in one line. The stiff kiss, the cold clip, the social blackout. Simple sells, but real life isn't episodic TV. You can diagram every micro gesture and still know nothing about what happens when the door clicks shut. Intimacy isn't a public metric. It's not visible in pixels, angles, or frame rates. Quick pause. We can still sort signal from noise without pretending rumor equals proof. Here's the public ledger, no fluff. There's a wedding with big smiles and a bigger gift. There's a reception moment people keep replaying like it's a confession. There's Heisman-night, a delayed stand that turned into a verdict before anyone asked for context. There's a stretch of social quiet that the timeline translated into something's up. There's league-wide prenup chatter that got stapled onto their situation whether it fit or not. And there are loud breakup narratives that didn't hold up when daylight hit. That's the perimeter. Outside it, you're building fan fiction. And once a story feels good, people defend it like a team jersey. Why does this theory grip so hard? Because it lets viewers play detective. You get to pause, zoom, circle, and call it analysis. It feels like participation. Pick a side, she's checked out, he's covering, it's a bag move. It's all out of context, and every new clip rewards your bias. That little dopamine hit keeps you scrolling. It's not just content, it's confirmation. But the couple at the center? They still have to live after the comments close. Now the version that doesn't melt the second you fact check it. Two very young people under stadium lights, trying to protect pieces of their life while the internet demands constant proof of perfect chemistry. One steps off social to breathe. The other posts an explanation that loses to snarky captions. They throw a wedding. The viral moment isn't the vows, it's a half-second head turn. And because the crowd already wrote the ending, every new clip gets forced to match it. That's not romance, that's crowd control. So what should you actually believe? Start with the boring stuff that doesn't farm clicks. Debunked claims stay debunked. League-wide prenup headlines are headlines, not personal disclosures. A viral clip can make a love story look like a chess match, but clips don't testify under oath. When in doubt, hold two thoughts at once. Yes, public moments matter. No, they don't decode a private life. If they don't say it, don't stamp it. Truth is, a pause can be nerves, playfulness, stage fright, or nothing at all. A clarified quote can still lose to a spicy remix. A quiet week online can be peace, not proof. We're trained to make snap calls because the feed won't wait, but rushing the verdict turns people into plot devices. If there's a twist here, it's not a secret fling or a hidden feud. It's us learning to stop treating 7 seconds like a sworn statement. Believe the confirmed. Label the rest for what it is, speculation with good lighting. And if you've ever had a moment clipped the worst possible way, you already know how this works. The angle picks you. The caption decides you. The comments finish you. Keep that in mind the next time a micro gesture tries to carry a macro story, especially when the only people who know the full cut aren't posting it. Who do you think's gonna be the next person in the limelight? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get the latest celebrity news and updates. I'll see y'all on the next one.